Hey guys, Sam from TNBC, Green Line Tactical, and Worried Boat Society. Today I want to talk about lights and a few things concerning lights. First and foremost, I believe that every gun should have a light on it. All of my guns have lights on them, even or up to and including your concealed carry gun. This is a Gen 5 Glock 19. It has a Surefire X300 Ultra, 1000 lumen light on it. This thing's bright, it's awesome. Fortunately for me, I don't work in a profession where I'm wardrobe restricted, and I can get away with, a fairly large pistol, and I just dress to the gun. Jeans and a t-shirt, this thing hides just fine with a light, with an optic, and nobody's the wiser. So concealed carry guns for me get lights. Duty-sized guns definitely get lights. That's a Glock 17. It's got a T1 micro on it and a Raven concealment bailer mount. I'm not concerned with size. It gets a freaking light. Rifles get lights. It is, as the distance to the target increases, your ability to PID and in dark environments needs to increase, and that's why lights on long guns are important. If you're going to take a shot at something past probably 25 yards in the dark and you don't have a light, that's an incredible liability as a civilian home defender kind of aspect, or law enforcement, even military. Military, we don't want to kill innocents on the battlefield, and that's why lights are important. Now, specifically dealing with lights, I've seen this I've seen it years ago, but I've seen a resurgence in this. Guys are putting 2 lights on their guns. Well, let me tell you something. Lights aren't cumulative. So if you put 2 500 lumens lights, that does not equal a 1000 lumen light. That equals 2 500 lumen lights. And if I point a 1000 lumen light back at you, I'm going to beat your light every time. My photons are more powerful than your photons. So my recommendation is to run a single light, but run the very best light that you can. This is a Surefire Scout. I believe this is a 600 lumen model. There's now a 1500 lumen and a 1000 lumen model. The X300s now are 1000 lumens. There's a lot of really good options. 1000 lumens on a rifle is awesome. 1500 is even better. This is kind of the evolution of lights I have here. This is a Surefire helmet light. This is an admin task light that you can wear on your helmet. It just kind of bolts and secures onto the side of a Mitch or ACH helmet. I'll probably take this off to training with me, even though it's not a bright light, it is still a light. I got this light back in 2004, I want to say. Took it to Iraq with me on my first Iraq deployment when I was in the Navy. This was the crude rudimentary way of having an IR light, was putting an IR filter over your incandescent white light. And I've swapped out the incandescent bulb for an LED bulb years ago. This is a C3 Centurion. I don't even think they make this anymore, but at the time I believe it was 60 lumens, and 60 lumens was really bright. I remember I could light up the entire aircraft, and I flew on a fairly large airplane in the Navy, so it was, back then it was a game changer. As we progress in technology, we came out with better IR heads. So this is one of the older legacy M93 Vampire lights with the Vampire head. Bulky for sure. Didn't have the greatest output white light, but it did serve that IR purpose. So you're always going to sacrifice IR lumens for IR capability. Just remember that. Different lights for different purposes. This now, because it's old, is kind of relegated to one of my 300 blackout guns for hunting. This is not a frontline light anymore, but it's by no means useless. I'm not going to throw it away or get rid of it. Now we have Scout M600 Scout lights that are IR capable and white light. So this one is, I think it's 350 lumens of white light, which is pretty damn good. It's probably right on the edge of a good rifle light with the IR capability. I would definitely you know, for a home defense gun, it's awesome inside, indoors. Wouldn't necessarily take it outside for the white light capability, but certainly an effective light. Goes on a rifle, cool. I actually carry, this is my EDC light. This is a Viking Tactics Edition E1B. It's not a particularly bright light, but it's so small and compact. I can wear it in my pocket with a knife, no big deal. It's only like 120 lumens, one single 3-volt 0123 battery. It's good out to about 50 yards, which, you know, that's fine for me at night. And then again, the Surefire X300 Ultras, you know, 500, 600, and 1,000 lumens for the standard IR light. The Vampire lights are definitely less, but you get the dual capability. So if you need that capability, get one. I like to run the Vampire X300s, X300Vs on a helmet with the ability to detach it and throw it on a handgun if I need it. And I can use it as IR umbrella lighting if I also need that. So remember, lumens aren't cumulative. You can't run two 500 lumen lights and get 1,000 lumens. That's just not how it works. And put a good light on your rifle. You know, I don't get paid by Surefire, but Surefire makes the best lights. So if you're in a profession that could potentially kill you, I would go ahead and pony up because, you know, you can't really good gear costs money, but bad gear can cost you so much more.